Hey Taurus, welcome back to the Herb Lady. I hope this video finds you guys as well as can be, given the fact that we have so many changes taking place around us. You guys, I'm so sorry that it took me a minute to get back on YouTube to get you guys this video done, but here we are, and I'm excited to be able to do this video. As you can see in the title, this is kind of like a reading that covers the end of November into December until I can get you guys' official December readings underway. But this is still a great video to reference to see what energies are coming at you for the month of December. So like the other readings that I posted, more so the November readings for the other signs, we're going to be following the same format. I'm going to be using my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. We're going to pull 4 cards from this deck. I have the link to this in the description box below where you can purchase it from Amazon. And then I'm going to be using my Mythic Tarot deck to clarify how we can clean up some of the energies that are taking place for Taurus for November as well as going into December. And just as a bonus, you guys, I'm going to pull an oracle card from my new oracle deck, the Elemental Oracle. I'm looking over because I gotta reference the my notes. So we're gonna pull 1 card from this deck. It's a beautiful deck. As you can see, it shimmers and shines, and I like that a lot. My sister gave me this deck for my birthday. I just recently had my birthday, so I was kind of taking time off to really celebrate that and kind of just sit with the energy of the fact that I just turned 30. So that's kind of what I was doing, you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this reading here. So like I said, we're gonna start with the Mythical Goddess Tarot deck and see what's going on for Taurus. All right. Okay, so I need 4 cards for Taurus. I hope you guys have been doing okay. I know we're kind of like in your opposition sign, Scorpio season. Technically, we probably won't be in Scorpio season once this video is posted. So, we'll probably be in Sagittarius, which, my moon is in Sag. My moon and a lot of other my planets are in Sag. So technically, this is like a second birthday season for me. All right. So the first thing that popped out, you guys, is the Ace of Cups. What I'm getting is that you guys are about to undergo a new emotional experience on the kind of like on the heels of the Chariot. This emotional experience involves you guys moving forward or moving on from something that is really no longer serving you guys, or moving towards a new venture in life. And because of the fact that delight shows up, literally this is represented by the 3 of Wands. Because this card shows up here, this tells me that this is definitely going to be an experience where you guys are experiencing your ships coming in and ultimately moving out of this old cycle and into a new one. So first off, that's just a brief summary of what I picked up immediately coming off of these 4 cards. So let's get a little bit deeper into this. In all 4 of these cards, I literally do see the crown chakra activation here, and all of these women seemingly have their eyes closed. So you guys are kind of from what I can see, is that you guys are either coming out of that stage where you've taken the time to go within and just close your eyes and look inside of yourselves, or you are about to go into that. But given the fact that the Chariot is here, that is Cancer energy. It's cardinal energy that indicates action that is taking place. So some of you guys may be dealing with a Cancer or may have Cancer placements in your chart, or you may be experiencing kind of a fulfillment of something that was petitioned for during Cancer season, and now you're finally getting the green light to go, or you're getting the green light to receive the blessings of what you asked for. So you guys could have petitioned for something back in June or July, and you're finally able to receive your ships. Your ships are coming in, which creates a feeling of delight. So, you know, and even like with the ships coming in, now that you're in the phase of manifestation coming to full realization, the cycle can finally close for whatever it is that you were petitioning for and hoping for. And you see how it's like she has the world here, and you see the rainbow snake that wraps around her. This is Gaia, Mother Earth, so this is obviously a gift from Mother Earth. This is a gift from the goddess which we live upon. So, you know, and it's like she's telling you that this gift that you are receiving is going to cause a whole new emotional experience for you. And I know, like, for Taurus, because you guys are more of a practical and logical, left-sided thinking slash feeling type of sign, you know, allowing yourself to open up for an emotional experience may be difficult for you guys. But it's really saying here that in order for you to experience the blessings of that which you asked for, you're going to have to be able to access your emotional capacity. You're really going to have to allow yourself to emotionally feel these blessings, to emotionally feel what it is that you have asked for, because, you know, just constantly trying to be stabilized and practical and logical about everything in this case it'll only work so far. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but it's only going to get you so far. Really, you guys are being asked to dip into your emotions. You're really being asked to activate that heart chakra. Obviously, you guys are already great with the crown chakra. You're great at being able to analyze and, you know, really look at look at situations for what they are around you. But at this point, you're being asked to feel. You're being asked to really feel it out and feel the joy that comes from what it is that you've asked for, because most of the time we petition for that which is joyous, and a lot of the time when we manifest that joy, the process of getting to that joy is seemingly painful. So we have to go through hoops and bounds and jump through all types of bullshit in order to get to the joy that we have asked for, you guys. So let's take a further look here and see how Taurus can, you know, really access that emotional part of themselves and, you know, really feel the manifestation, this emotional manifestation to the fullest. Okay? So I need four cards for Taurus to see how they can really experience this emotional manifestation. First off, what is this manifestation that's so emotional in nature? Because we see obviously that a cycle is closing, and Taurus really is walking away from something that's been causing them a lot of grief, or walking towards something that's going to bring in a lot of joy. So what is this manifestation that's going to cause Taurus to feel a lot of emotion? Okay, yeah, that's obviously something big, because all four cards rushed out of my hand. Okay. Okay, you guys got more than four cards, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it. All right. Okay. So right off the bat here, like, I'm getting 6 cards. So what I'm being shown here, you guys, is that obviously a tower moment is going to take place. Some things are really going to have to come crashing down around Taurus. You guys may be in a mode of thinking that's very, very logical. You know, you're the King of Swords. It's all here in the mind. You know, there's really not much going on in the heart. And it seems like a tower moment is going to happen that's really going to cause heart chakra activation for you guys. or you're going to end up having a Tower moment with this King of Swords. For those of you who may be dealing with an air sign, you may end up having a Tower moment with this King of Swords. That's really going to cause you to have a lot of emotional feelings. Okay, so it's gonna cause a very huge emotional outburst, because even here, you know, with the Eight of Cups and the Tower, like it's big enough that it's really gonna cause you to, like, for some reason, sorry you guys, I had to pause for a second because what I'm seeing in sequence of events, Tower moment is going to take place. Tower moment is going to cause the Chariot moment where you guys are going to be like, okay, I have to step away from this and move toward a greater purpose. And this is where you guys are really going to decide to retreat within yourselves here. And given the fact that the Eight of Cups really is like the only card implementing emotion here, you know, what I'm seeing is that Eight of Cups really is saying, like, that's going to be your emotional pinnacle, because you're going to be forced to really observe your emotions and respect your emotions in order to move on from a situation that kind of like crumbled logic. It defied logic beyond reason. So now you guys are being forced to really feel and intuitively wade through the situation, which is why if you guys have that Cancer energy in your chart, if you guys have any planets in Cancer, any planets in a water sign, really lean on that planet that's in that water sign to help you wade through the situation that the Tower has created, which has kind of literally struck down your, you know, practical logic. You know, because as I can see, it's like you guys are firmly planted here in this reading. You are firmly planted in your practical use of logic. You're firmly planted in your practical ways. It has gotten you somewhere. It's obviously gotten you to where you can rest on the throne as the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, but you know, Gaia is saying that this cycle is coming to an end. You have now completed the cycle of being able to use logic and master your use of logic. Now it's time to step into using your emotion and intuition and really exploring that part of yourself. For some of you guys, it may have been an issue of vulnerability. Maybe feeling you were probably taught that as children to be emotional is to make yourself vulnerable. It's to mean that you're too vulnerable and people can hurt you if you're too emotional. Well, you know, right now, and you adopted that and you mastered how to become analytical and logical, and now you're being asked to really step into your emotions, and it's okay to go deep within yourself and to really explore your emotions. Now remember, Cancer represents the mother. Cancer represents mothering ourselves, represents nurturing ourselves, and it represents even Cancer on an archetypal level. You know, Cancer really is on the outside. They have a tough shell. The shell is tough because it protects them from the really soft and mushy parts that are inside of them. And you know, it's like Cancer is like the Queen of Pentacles versus the wild girl inside. You know, the one who dwells the seas. So it's like you guys really have to, I don't know if you guys are dealing with a Cancer or, you know, this is something that you may have manifested during the season of Cancer and may not have been fully aware of the influence of Cancer on your manifestation work. But this is kind of where I see that, you know, your manifestation work during Cancer season is definitely about to come to fruition. It's definitely coming to fruition, because what I see is that a seed was planted and the seed is now being manifested. Okay, and you guys are really gonna have to emotionally be in tune with yourselves, so that you guys are really gonna have to learn how to become emotionally in tune with yourselves. Really give yourselves the attention, the emotional attention that is needed, and try to really try to pull back the curtain on the stigmas that you were taught as children or as an adult, or just period, you know, because emotions are needed. Emotions are our guiding points. Usually emotions is what tells you, gives you the rawest truth about a situation at hand. And a lot of the times people use logic. They use logic as a way to, you know, like numb out emotions, to ice down emotions, to calm down emotions. And usually when emotions are telling you this is right or no, this is not right. Okay, like, you know, your intuition, your emotion is just as important as your logic and your analytical skills, Taurus. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on into pulling the card from the Elemental Oracle deck. We're going to pull one card for Taurus, and this deck is fairly new to me, you guys, so we're going to see what's going on as far as what the Oracle has to say about your situation here, okay? So we're going to pull one card for Taurus, and that was pretty quick. And you guys, this reading isn't going to be too long because this is a check-in reading. It's not, you know, my main focus of the month of November. This is really just a mid-month check-in, but since we're almost done with the month and I have 5 signs to go, you know, we're just doing a quick check-in. These readings literally are no longer than 15 to 20 minutes. I should have told you guys that at the beginning of the reading. So let's see what's going on. Yeah. So you guys got bravery and oceans. Oceans represents water, the water element. And you see how she's walking on top of the world. She's on top of her own world because she's brave enough to explore her world, both the practical, logical, and the emotional and the intuitive. She is brave enough to look on both sides because she knows that the balance is found there. And when the balance is grappled, like I said, what I'm getting is that you guys have already mastered logic and analyzing situations, but emotions and vulnerability and intuition is where you struggle. And you're about to run into a manifestation that's going to cause a tower moment that's going to force you to come into your emotions and really be able to grapple your emotions. Some of you guys may think, oh, I've been grappling my emotions. I've been taking the time out to deal with my emotions. But you're already looking at it from the standpoint of dealing with my emotions. Emotions is not something to be dealt with. Emotions is something to be felt. Emotions is something to be processed. Emotions is something that is sacred, that deserves space within us. Otherwise, what would be the point of us having them to begin with? Okay? So you guys just remember, be brave enough. Be brave enough to embrace your emotional process, Taurus. Be brave enough because you guys got this. You guys can do this, okay? I love you guys. This is your reading for the end of November, going into December. I hope you guys take care. Have a happy Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrate. Follow me at the Herb Lady on Instagram. I will talk to you guys later and have a good night.